Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back. This is man. I need to come up with a catchy slogan or something at the beginning of my videos. All right, let me try this. Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Getting Your Roll On with Bodie Bo. Nah, that shit trash. Hey, anyway, I'll come up with a slogan by the next video. Hey, but anyway, like I said, welcome back to another edition of How to Shoot Craps 101 with your boy Bodie Bo. All right, appreciate y'all coming back for round two. Today's video, I'm basically going to be going over the layout of the crap table. Um, certain casinos have different layouts, but the concept is pretty much the same in all of them. They may look a little different, but like I said, the concept is still the same for most of them. And I'll go over like table terminology and how you can basically read the table, right? All right, so get started. All right, if you look at this graphic I have up, it has the basic um, definition in terms of parts of the table, right? So we'll start at the bottom right there where you see pass line bet. All right, so pass line is basically your bet. Whenever you go to a casino, there's table limits or minimum wagers for every table. You know, whether it's $10, 15, 25, I've seen $50 table, $100 tables, right? So for this example, let's just say this is a $25 table. All right, that is the minimum bet you must place when betting on your roll. All right, so the pass line is where you would put your bet, your $25. Um, yeah, the pass line basically means you're betting with the shooter. Whoever's rolling the dice, you're betting that they hit their point. That's what the pass line means. Right above that, if you look, there is a don't pass bar. Basically, that means you're betting against the shooter. Um, some people don't like to do that because a lot of people are superstitious when it comes to shooting dice. So if you see someone betting against the shooter, it's like, damn, homie, it's like you betting against me. Like we all supposed to be on the same team betting against the casino. But sometimes there's night where the dice just don't roll in your favor. I've been to casinos where every single person has missed their point. At that point, that is the time that you actually want to put your money on don't pass, right? Because no one is hitting their point. So if you put your money on the don't pass, whenever someone loses, you basically get paid. So there's a benefit to the don't pass. Like I said, if the table is doing bad that night and everyone is just doing terrible, put your money on the don't pass and you can win every time someone loses their roll. All right. I'm not gonna go too deep into betting right now. I'll go into betting and strategies in later videos, but this is just the basic terminology on what pass line and don't pass mean. All right. So pass line means you're betting with the shooter. Don't pass means you're betting against the shooter. All right. All right. If you look slightly above the don't pass line, there's a field. All right. We call that the field bet. Field bet is a one-time roll bet. All right. Basically, you put your $25 chip in the field, and if they roll any of those numbers that's annotated in the field, the 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, or 12, you win that bet. All right. It's a simple one-time roll bet. If the dice roll on any of those numbers in the field, you automatically win. But of course, if it doesn't roll, like say they roll a 6, you'll lose that $25. All right. So the field bet is pretty easy. All right. So next you got the come bet. The come bet is basically the same like the pass line. Um, you can bet in there at any point in time. Again, the come bet is basically like your first roll. Yeah, that's basically what it is. The come bet is basically like a first roll all over again. Like if you have a point, say your point is already 8, and you just feel like betting in the come. Sounds kind of dirty. If you just want to bet, make a come bet. Um, yeah, whatever the dice roll, like that is what's gonna happen. So if you go back to the first video, right, your first roll, if you roll a 7 or 11, you automatically win. If you roll a 2, 3, or 12, you automatically lose. And anything else is your point, right? So again, it doesn't matter if you already have a point. You can be on your 10th roll. If you put your $25 bet in the come, no matter what your next roll is, like that is considered almost like a first roll. Now, that won't replace your point. It'll just be an additive bet onto what you already have, right? So, example, say your point is 6, right? And you place a $25 bet in the make a come bet, and you roll an 8 after that. They'll just put your money on the 8 at that point, and although your point is 6, now you're rolling for a 6 and an 8. All right. So that's basically what a come bet is. A come bet is basically like your first roll, and you can put a bet on that at any time. All right. All right. So place to lose bets, right? That's basically you're basically betting against the shooter, like they're not going to hit that number. For example, say you've been at the table for an hour, and you haven't seen anyone roll a 9 at all. What you would want to do is you would put a place to lose bet on the 9, right above where the 9. Um, that's basically stating that person like no one's going to hit a 9. So, example, if their point is 4 and they don't roll a 9 at any point in time, you win that bet, right? Um, Sorry, let me rewind. Even if they hit their 4, that bet will still stay there. The only time that money goes away on that 9 is if they hit it. So if they hit that 9, you just lost that bet. However, if they roll a 7, which they fall off their point, you'll win that bet because they did not hit that 9. If that makes sense. And I'll state that again. All right. Place to lose bets. They're basically saying you're not going to hit that number. Again, if my point is 5, right, and no one has hit a 9 all night, I'm going to place a bet on the don't come for them not to hit a 9. They're basically saying no one's going to hit a 9. So if they roll a 7 before they hit their 5, I would win that bet because they didn't hit that 9. However, if they do happen to roll a 9 at any point in time, you just lost that bet. All right. Again, I'll go into strategies on when the best time to place no bets. But basically, that no bets means that person is not going to hit that number. All right. And here I'll put up a bigger table so you can see the comparison. This view is kind of constructed, so I'll put up a bigger table so you can kind of see the overall table and everything will make sense. But this is the basic layout of a crap table, right? So if you look at this table right here, right, I mentioned the field was a one roll bet, all right. There's certain bets on the table that are only good for one roll. And if you look at this table, everything that's highlighted in yellow is a one roll bet, right? So if you look at the field, that is a one roll bet. If you look at the C and E, basically the C means crap. Again, crap can stand for, the crap is basically the losing numbers, which is 2, 3, and 12. So anytime you hear crap or a crap check, that's basically putting money on a 2, 3, or 12. Right next to that C is an 11. I'm sorry, an E, which stands for 11. Uh, Remember, 11 you can win on the first roll. 11 is a good number, regardless. You can never lose from an 11, right? 11 is a good number. However, again, that is just a one roll bet. If you look a little deeper, inside that little box where they have like 3, snake eyes, 12, 11, again, those are one roll bets. But if you look at the odds are higher than normal bets, simply because it's a one roll bet. A time you would bet like this, like say someone's rolling and they've been rolling like a lot of 11s back to back to back. Shoot, I might place a 20. Well, let me back up. The good thing about these bets in the middle, you don't have to put $25 down. You only have to put the minimum. Most table minimums are $5. So even though this table is a $25 table, the good thing about these one roll bets, you don't have to put a whole $25 down. You do have to put $25 down for the field. However, The bets inside, like the horn bet, the 11, the 12, the 2, 3, those are all one roll bets. All right, and that's why the odds are so high on those. And like I said, you can put a minimum of $5. You can go as high as 5,000, right? But those are just one roll bets. All right. Everything else, like points, you'll keep rolling, till you hit your point. But again, everything that's highlighted in yellow on this graph is a one roll bet. All right. Center of the table, you see where they have a slot that says hard ways. All right. Hard ways is basically a doubles, right? So you can only have hard even numbers. So like hard 10, hard 8, hard 6, and hard 4. Basically, a hard way means double. So a hard 10 would be 5-5. A hard 8 would be 4-4. A hard 6 would be 3-3. And a hard 4 would be 2-2. All right. Now for the hard way bets, you don't have to do the table minimum, which is 25, right? With the hard way bets, you can do the minimum, which is $5. So if I wanted to place like a $5 hard 10, I can just get $5 and put it on the hard 10. All right, now with the hard way bets, the good thing about these bets is they're not one roll bets. The only time your hard way bet goes away is if you roll a soft roll, right? And what I mean by soft is like, say you put money on a hard 8, right? Remember, hard 8 is 4-4. A soft 8 will be considered 6-2 or 5-3, right? That's considered a soft. A hard 10, again, is 5-5. A soft 10 will be considered 6-4, right? Because 6-4 equals 10. That's a soft 10, right? So, again, the way you lose on a hard way is if you roll it the soft way. So, again, a hard way bet is just, double, 4-4, 3-3, 5-5, or 2-2. That's a hard way. And the way you can lose is to roll it softly, right? Which is 6-4, 5-3 equals 8, 6-2 equals 8, all those ways. All right, as I mentioned earlier, not all tables are the same. Some tables have different layouts, but they all have the same concept. All right. If you ever get lucky enough, you see a table with the all, tall, small at the very top, right? Now, those odds are crazy. All, tall, small, you can bet separately. So the first one, the all, small, is a 30-1 odds you see. That's basically you're hitting all the small numbers. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The way the all, tall, small works, right? You start that on your very first roll. You have to have your bet in before, the first roll starts. Like, you can't come in while someone has a point and then bet on the all, tall, small. You have to have that bet in prior to the very first shot, right? The way that works is you want to roll every single number possible before you roll a 7. Again, I'll go into strategies in later videos. And even though you win on a 7 or 11 on the very first roll, believe it or not, a 7 is probably the worst number you can roll on a crap table, right? You want nothing but numbers. That's how you make your money, right? So again, the way the all, tall, small works is you have to roll every single number before you roll a 7, right? So the all, small, basically, again, is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The all, tall is everything above 7, which is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And of course, to make them all, you got to get, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Now, this isn't, you don't have to get them in order. You don't have to get them continuously. Like, you keep rolling until you fall off. And basically, you fall off by rolling a 7, right? So, say you roll your first roll and it's a 12, they'll mark off that 12. But if you go back to the block of instruction on your first roll, if you roll a 12, you lose. Now, although you lose, you don't pass the dice. The dice will still stay on you. So at that point, they'll mark the 12 off the all, tall. Now you don't have to worry about getting the 12 anymore. You just keep rolling until you roll the other numbers. So now say your next roll, you roll a 4, right? Now they'll mark off the 4. Now the 4 and the 12 will be marked off, and you just keep rolling until you try to hit all the other numbers. Now let's say your point was 4, right? And you make the 4. Now it's time for your next roll. Say you roll a 7 on your next roll, right? Although it was your first roll and you won on the pass line, your money goes away from the all, tall, or small because you just roll a 7 and everything resets. So it's kind of tricky. You did win money on the pass line. However, your bet was wiped away on the all, tall, small. Now you got to replace your bet. For me, I usually just put like, $5 minimum on all 3 of them. Pretty decent payout, but I see people put, $25, $100 bets. The all, tall, small, people don't hit them often, but they do hit them. So that's why you don't see people putting a lot of money on it, but it is beneficial. Again, I'll explain it again. You have to hit every single number without rolling a 7. Again, example, if you roll a 5, your first roll, say that's your point, you just keep rolling. So say I roll a 5 my first time, my point is 5, my next roll is a 9, then an 8, then a 2. Like, they'll keep marking off those numbers until you hit every single number. And like I said, when you hit those numbers, man, the payout is lovely. All right, so that's the all, tall, small. You just got to hit every single number without rolling a 7. All right, so you have regular craps, and then you have what they call is crapless craps, right? All right, so something new. I don't know how new it is, but it's seen it at the casinos recently. They have what they call crapless craps, right? Strategy here is a little different. I wouldn't recommend shooting this until you actually understand craps fully. However, you can actually win a lot more money on crapless craps if you play it right, because the odds are so crazy. Here's the basic layout from a crapless crap table. You see it's slightly different from a regular crap table. The biggest difference you'll see, the points, right? If you look up top, the points. Remember, I stated earlier, a crap stands for 2, 3, and 12, right? That's a crap. Here on crapless craps, there's no such thing as a crap. So that's why you see up top a 2, 3, and 12 are actually a point. So if I roll, my first roll is a 12, like, that is my point. And it's so hard to roll a 12. However, the odds on it are so crazy. So crapless craps, that's basically what that is. 2, 3, you can have any type of number other than 7, right? Again, strategy here's a little different. I'll go over strategies and betting in a later video, but this is just a basic layout of crapless crap. Again, it's a slightly different from a regular crap table. The biggest difference is crapless crap, there's no craps, right? 2, 3, and 12 you can actually have as a point. So it's slightly different. And here's a slight comparison, a side-by-side comparison of a crapless table opposed to a crap table. Again, just look at the top, you can see the points, right? On a regular crap table, points are only 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. On a crapless table, you can have anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so that was the basic layout of different types of crap tables and terminology and what certain aspects mean. If you have any further questions about bets, what tables mean, terminology, just be sure to reach out. I'll be more than happy to oblige and answer any questions you have. Thanks again for listening. Good luck if you ever do go to the casino and get your roll on.